Channel 1. I still remain Associate Peters. I welcome you to this episode on Matters Arising. You know, Matters Arising is a program where we bring issues the way they are. And with current issues concerning the aspiration of Ndi Igbo in Nigeria today, I am honored to have a prominent personality in Igbo land. He is an elder to be respected and a first-class clergyman in Igbo land today. I am honored to introduce to you Dr. Bishop Obi Onubogu. Sir, it's a pleasure having you on Matters Arising.
Thank you.
All right, sir. We are a younger generation, and we are curious on the Igbo question in Nigeria today. We want to have an overview of your personality before now.
Thank you. Ubi Udezwe Onubogu. Originally from Anambra State, Ogidi in Anambra State. What would I tell you about myself other than, first of all, he mentioned first class? No, I'm just a man of God, separated and called to serve him. I am Bishop at Rock Family Church, Rock Cathedral here in Enugu. Right, but I have a background. I was a businessman. I was a police officer. I was also a soldier, because I played my part during the Civil War. And after the Civil War, I lived in exile in Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, with the Biafran Leader Odumegwu Ojukwu. So here am I, just thanking God for the opportunity that He gave me to serve this nation and serve my people.
We got the gist that you were once ADC to Ojukwu.
Yes.
That means you saw everything about the war. The current question the young people are asking, your experience before the war, what led to the war, and after the war, the aspiration of Ndi Igbo, has it been any better today?
All right. First of all, I did mention to you that I was a police officer. I joined the police force as a cadet, young person, straight from school. Because of my performance in sports, the police identified me and recruited me. And I was trained at the Southern Police College, Ikeja, the company of special people, princes and sons of leaders from the north at Ikeja. But soon after our training, the crisis in Nigeria began. Hardly did I know that God had shielded me and prepared me for the crisis that was coming. And I was soon transferred from my place to the Biafran government house. The struggle has started, the crisis has started, and I found myself a security officer in the Biafran government house. And that's it. I didn't see all as was said here, but I took note of special things that happened during the war. I did observe the suffering of the people, the refugee problems. I also experienced directly the war, the air raids, and the scarcity of food and materials, the hardship of people. And so that's my background. Went to the civil war. I went to the war front with the Biafran leader, and I saw the deaths, and I saw the disease. I saw children dying in their hundreds and thousands. I also observed and saw the missionaries and relief operations coming to our people. And I witnessed the encouragement by foreign journalists coming to know what was happening, and visit by special people coming from outside the world to know what was the problem in Biafra. Then, of course, the war ends. I'm not here to tell you the story in details about what happened, but I witnessed the end of the war, and I was one of the very, very few people that accompanied then Biafran head of state to travel to the Ivory Coast, and I lived with him there. I'm glad to say that God spared my life to have that experience also. And we lived there, and eventually, by the grace of, I'm in ministry, and what I'm telling you is the truth about the situation. By the grace of God, God brought me back to this nation. And it was miraculous how I came back. And now God spared my life, because I was supposed to be arrested and shot or something. But God made a way for me. I made my statements. I was interviewed by the special branch and given the freedom release to go home. And that's why I can stay here and talk to you about what happened. Now, having seen the war, having experienced the hardship and the sufferings, having also seen life in exile in the Ivory Coast, you would ask me, like the question that is generally asked, what then? What then? What do we expect? We have even seen a situation that is very close to the civil war, agitations and so on, accusations and counter-accusations, marginalizations. We have seen also and heard also about the deaths and murder and killings. What do we really want? What is the heartbeat of the young persons of Igbo land? I think from my own point of view, I am 78 years old, and in a few months' time, 4 months' time, I will start my 79th year. Can I pause here to tell you something so that you understand where I'm coming from? God has blessed me, never been admitted to hospital, never ever had an operation, still be able to eat a little of what I desire to eat, and in fairly good health and standing straight. So in thanksgiving to God, I do honestly feel for our young generation, and the truth must be told. What do we want and what do we expect? We expect that God will help us to live freely in our land, to be free to develop the talents God has invested in us. We are a talented people. There's hardly any situation that the evil man cannot survive. God has put so much in us. And I stand as a minister of the gospel to tell us that our prayers will always be that we have a chance, we'll be given a chance to develop this. How I wish that the rest of this country will understand it. The past is past, but there's a future we must face. I do not wish that the young people experience what I experience in life. And that is why we at ADF, Alibo Development Foundation, are insisting, coming together as leaders, academicians, professors, and people, politicians, to say that what we need now, if we had the heart and the talents and the ability to move out of our own area and develop other areas of this nation, no matter how far, the time has come for us to concentrate and come back home to develop Anibo, Alibo, to develop it. We can do it. All we ask for the rest is that the Igbo man should be given a chance also, like other groups in Nigeria, to forge ahead with the destiny of God in our lives. And that's it. We must be united to seek the manifestation of that gift. You know, when God gives you a gift, or gives a people a gift, there is nothing that can stop it. Nothing. This generation, this young generation, must know that there's something in them which they owe themselves. It's got to come out. Yes, there are still scientists amongst you. There are potential businessmen amongst you. There are academicians amongst you. There are talented people still around. We've got to bring it out. It looks as if there is a lull now. Things are not coming out. And as an elder, I do understand why it is so. And that is why we speak. And that is why we urge even leaders and elders. We must push forward this plan of ADF. We must get our people to know that the time has come for the development of our land, for the manifestation of the Igbo-ness in us, that thing that made us to love other people, to help other people, to train our brothers and sisters in the profession that God has given them, and set them free and empower them. We must get back to it. Yes, we must get back. I don't know if I made a point, but this is it.
I think you've said it all. As the a prominent member of ADF,
Yes.
which is driving developmental strike for Adibo, to develop Adibo. We have seen people cry or agitate for freedom, agitate for so many things in Nigeria. And people, you say, what does the Igbo people want? What is it that Igbo people want today in the contemporary Nigeria? Having said all you've said, do you as a person or ADF as an organization believe that the people can harness their potential in the current state of Nigerian, the way Nigeria is being structured? Or do the Igbo nation need some level of autonomy, some level of freedom to effectively harness those gifts you pointed out that the Igbo people have? Many people have called for regional autonomy and going back to 1963 or expanding it, and also encouraging our people to bring back their wealth. Now, the current position of ADF, calling for our people to come back home, what do you think an average woman should be looking out for from the ADF in the current, in recent time or in the near future?
In the first place, in every nation, what establishes peace and development is the encouragement of sectional development of the peoples of the land. Once it is lopsided, you will never have peace. The strength of a nation is in the strength of the units that make up that nation. That is a setting where no one is looked down upon, a setting where there is no marginalization, a setting where individual groups have rights and are free to pursue it. Having said that, ADF is a unique body that is encouraging our people to stay united, to stay focused, and then to develop our potentials. Ndị Igbo are talented people, and they cry from the heart of the genuine leaders of the land, who do not seek things for themselves, but for the good of the Igbo land. It's for us to come together, work together, and bring home what we were able to take out, and then with one voice seek for the other groupings in this nation to understand that we have a right to live as a people also. Let me make it clear. What will give the desired freedom in this nation is to allow for the development of every unit. And then, if God desires, He will still keep us together. You are happy in your corner, I'm happy in my corner. You are moving in your area, and I'm moving in our area. I know that what I'm saying will be tough on our people, but it's the reality. Because we are so loving, we are so caring, we are so outward looking. But what have we gained from it? Looking at our situation today. what do we have as elders to hand on over to our young generation? What we need to do now is to advise that this land, the Igbo land, be built to the highest level. Let scientists erupt with their ideas that God has given them. Let politicians be the best around and seek the good of their people and not their pockets. Let the church take its position and preach the unadulterated word of God for the salvation of the souls of the people of the land. And I tell you, God is a good God. He will come to our aid. The Igbo, their eyes are always on their chief, on their God. And that is why there's nothing you can do. Can't destroy them. No. Simply can't.
Okay, can we finally say in summary that what Andriod is saying is that Nigeria as it is should go back to regional government to give the uniting nations within Nigeria that regional autonomy? And are we trying to understand that ADF stands for that Igbos should have that sense of freedom to exercise or to harness their potentials? That's calling for regional governance from the south, the east, the west, and the all uniting parts of Nigeria. Then the development you are talking about should now come from each regions moving at their own pace without that central control, from the central, that each uniting section of Nigeria should develop on their own pace, and that will allow the Igbos to move at their pace to develop their land and also to harness their potential.
You have by yourself even summarized it, and that is true. Let the uniting forces of peoples of the nation take control of their destinies to the level they want.
And when that is not given?
When that is not given, you have a problem. You have a problem. And the problem is, the alternative will be for units to seek to forcefully be on their own. And you know that that is the threat we have in this nation. We have tried to be all embracing. As I said, we travel around the nation, we build, we organize things and build the economy, and we were victims at every time there was crisis. ADF is speaking out more than any other group. There are other prominent groups that are highly political, and they first of all think of certain political gain or financial gain. No, not ADF, not ADF. ADF has a message. There is something in us that we discovered. It's simply called the Igbo-ness in us. It's not in any other person. It's in us as Igbos. And we are seeking a chance to develop it. It will be a blessing to the regions around us, to be a blessing to Africa. This is it.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I believe my viewers out there are fully loaded from the wealth of experience we got from you today. It's a pleasure, and we hope we'll have you on this matters arising. My viewers out there, you've heard it all from our father and our bishop. I believe you've learned one or two things from what they have said. You're free to drop your comments on the column where you're supposed to drop them. Like and share. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platform. Don't forget also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. From the link, you see our app link. You can download our app and get all the information right at the tips of your finger. Till I come your way next time, I still remain Associate Peter saying, stay blessed and above all, stay safe. Goodbye.